So we've been keeping up with this story with IDW and how they've been losing money like it's going out of style. And it's a telling story, but it gets worse. It continues to get worse. I will direct you to my previous videos on this topic. If you probably type in Young Ripper 59 IDW on YouTube, you'll find several videos of me going through some data. But I figured I'd give you guys an update with this booming comics industry here with IDW. And let's go here. IDW, as documented by ICV2, IDW Publishing loses $335,000 in fiscal year quarter one. So Q1, which we talked about the end of the year stuff that they were talking about last, I can't remember when, probably last month or something like that. We got an update looking at fiscal year, fiscal Q1, and it looks like IDW lost $335,000 in its fiscal Q1 ended January 31st compared to $512,000 in operating profit the year ago period. So, so they've lost money. Parent IDW Media Holdings reported in its quarterly financials the publishing division faced a sales decline of almost $1 million, $954,000 compared to the year ago quarter, with the biggest factors being the shutdown of games division and a decline in direct market sales. We've talked about that. That is the big part of it, the decline of the direct market sales. Some of it's licensing, some of it's whatever. This is how their business structure has been with getting licensing and all that, but it doesn't look like this is helping them out. And if there was a booming industry, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Game sales were down due to 1.9 in direct-to-consumer sales of IDW Batman game. If the year ago quarter, direct market sales were down 462,000, which the company attributed to strong sales in the same quarter a year ago. On the positive side, book channel sales were up $734,000, driven by strong sales of The Last Ronin. We've discussed that. And the retailer exclusive revenue, $551,000 tied to Sonic the Hedgehog. Still lost money though. Says IDW revenue declined from $4.3 million in the year ago period, when Lock and Key revenues were coming in to near zero in quarter one of 2023, with both divisions losing sales. Parent IDW Holdings Holdings sales were down 44% from $11.8 million in this quarter one of last year to $6.6 million in fiscal quarter Q1 2023. So that is almost cut in half, 44%. They're down. The company lost $2 million in the quarter compared to a $2 million profit a year ago. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. 100% they're in trouble. A few other interesting details were revealed in the filings and the conference call. Penguin Random House Publisher Services, which distributes to both the direct market and the book channel for IDW, accounted for 70.1% of IDW Publishing's revenue in the quarter, and Scholastic was 12%. IDW will release around 1,400 SKUs in fiscal year 2023. That's too many. With 300 of those comic releases along 900 variant cover editions and 113 this. So they're still doing, they don't understand what's going on. They're done. And if you wanted to look any further, I'll refresh it just so we have the latest information. They're at 75% or 75 cents. Looking at the shares, this is the lowest. It hit the lowest, I think. Yeah, this morning, I think it was the lowest that it had ever been. Because it was like 68 cents. So yeah, this can't obviously, if it's going to stay being traded, it can't be under $1 for this long. So we'll see what happens. But this company's in trouble. Okay, this company's in trouble. A lot of different comic book companies are in trouble. IDW doesn't have actually they tried. You know, we talked about the Lock and Key situation, but they don't have the luxury that a lot of these other companies, Marvel, DC, being tied to these mega corporations who are able to subsidize their projects through other things. and we've seen what's going on with some of the other comic book companies. This is not good. But they ain't gonna get their act right. I don't see it. They're still looking to seem to have the same mistakes. And if that's gonna happen, this booming comics industry, IDW may be in the tank. Maybe, I don't know, Rippaverse purchases or something. I don't know. Wherever you're viewing the content, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, you may be interested in my comic book company, Rippaverse Comics. Our first book and campaign, ISOM #1, brought in $3.7 million with tens of thousands of satisfied customers. Visit Rippaverse.com to check out our store and stay up to date with the latest campaigns from one of the hottest new comic book companies. Also, my first big step towards a parallel economy was the development of my personal website, ericdjuly.com. This entirely replaced my Patreon. Now, if you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a member over at the website. We have an ever-expanding list of perks for various membership tiers, a forum, and a phone app. Some of these perks will even benefit you if you're fans of the Rippaverse. Anyway, I appreciate you so much for being a supporter and or customer. I even got a little love for my haters.